Good morning and welcome to stage 4 of the Top Flight Series for 2026. We are in the capital, we are back at Battersea Park, and we have got an absolute banger over 5k lined up for you guys this morning. Now joining me in the studio, he's back from Albuquerque. He's back from his John Travolta lookalike competition and he got second place. We've got Mr. Cameron Boyack with me. Cam, pleasure to have you back in the studio, mate.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Thanks for having me again.
Good stuff.
Really appreciate it.
No worries, not an issue at all, Cam. So we've got a lot to get through before this race kicks off this morning. So we're going to dive straight into our graphics here. We're going to have a look at the leaderboard, the way things are standing in the Top Flight Series for 2026. So we can see on the men's side, Dom Jones sat at the top there on 27 points. Kev Campbell in second place. Now, Kadar Omar, he is racing today. So that leaderboard is going to look very different by the end of things after Battersea Park today. I would expect Kadar Omar to be picking up a significant amount of points today, so that is going to change significantly on the men's side of things. On the ladies' side, it's a little bit more open. We've got Stenhouse, Tank and Clement all sat on 25 points there. And the only returning athlete we've got today is Dos Santos. So we could see a little bit of shifting around in that leaderboard section, but maybe nothing too significant there, as there isn't a lot of returning athletes to that one. So, in terms of prize money, as we always do have in the Top Flight Series, there is going to be cash up for grabs today. And there's a few things I do want to talk about on this slide, Cam, because I think they are quite important. The UK leading time is 13:34 by Matt Ramsden and 15:13 by Laura Muir. I can't see those getting touched today. However, one thing to keep your eye on is that run-through record. It's 13:43 by Ben Connor that was set on the key side. Now on the men's side of things, Kadar Omar lined up for this one. He's ran 13:44 this season. So I'd fancy him to have that target in mind. As with all the top flight races, like we mentioned before, there is financial incentive for the time. So if you go sub 14:15 today or sub 16 minutes on the ladies' side, then you will be clicking up some cash. You can see them on a sliding scale there down to 8th place. We've also got a course record bonus as well, which is £200. And I do think that is something we'll come to later on as well, because that is pretty fragile. Now, we're going all tech again, Cam. You missed it the last time. We've got a quote from our race director, but it ain't just any kind of quote. We're going all digital here. You know, we're going video. So let's have a look at what Mr. Chris Parr had to say about the top flight fixture in Battersea Park this morning.
Hey, it's Chris Parr, Top Flight Series Director. We're really looking forward to the 4th race.
15:43 on paper. She's coming off the back of what you were chatting to me before this, a good half marathon in Paris recently, running 71 minutes. So she's going to be one to watch out for. We've also got Trish Jackman in there as well, 16:10, and Kasana Weir, 16:17. An athlete that I did want to point out to you, Cam, Gabrielle Pinder, under 15, 16:21. Travelling down to London to compete in Battersea Park this morning. She's from the northeast, runs for Newmarket Carriers. There's got to be some intent there if you're travelling all that way to go run a 5k.
Under 15, wow, that's impressive. It's always nice as well to see another northeast athlete as well. I think we all know we're like one big family up here, aren't we?
Absolutely.
I've heard this before. And yeah, it's great to see northeast, like I said, northeast athlete going down and a Newmarket Carrier and representing that club. Had some really big athletes over the years in that club, and I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do. 16:21 as an under 15 one is no joke at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. So I think the fact she's travelling down there shows that there's some real intent around her performance today. But also I think it's good for her to get in a race like this as well and mix it with some of the seniors, some of the more experienced seniors in that race that are quality athletes like your Esme Davis, as we mentioned. Now on the men's side of things, we've got an exciting field lined up for you on there. We'll bring up our graphic of our leading male entries. We can see that we've got Kadar Omar sat at the top spot there. That looks as though we've brought our ladies graphic back up again there, so we'll flick straight over to our men's graphic. We've got Kadar Omar, I know this one off the top of my head, Kadar Omar 13:44. He's got Ben Bradley in there, 13:49. Kieran Riley and Jack Miller. Jack Miller and Alex Howard had a bit of a battle over a half marathon in Surrey, our half marathon fixture, so be interesting to see how those two athletes go today as well. But yeah, Cam, I think Kadar Omar is definitely our standout on paper. I did mention the course records being a little bit fragile, and I'll tell you why. Because our course records on the men's side of things, it's sat at 14:04 by Jonathan Escalante Phillips. And on the ladies' side of things, I think it's around about the 15:30 mark 15:34 by Nina Cheedness. I can't see the 15:34 going today, but I can see the 14:04 going today. If you've got Kadar Omar in there, he ran a podium a few weeks back, 13:44 on a windy day. He's got to fancy a tilt at that course record, plus that run-through record.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. I mean, he's got the Battersea Park 28:53, and I think that if it's anything to go by, and particularly, you know, his training partner as well, Omar Ahmed, they are training partners.
Yes,
right
yeah,
in
they
saying,
are.
and
Yeah.
both seem to have very similar tactics. Both very strong runners. Both definitely front runners. I could see him. He's going to go hard from the start. I think the incentive's there. 14:05. I think that's sub 14 minutes would be almost bare minimum for someone like this guy, and
Yeah.
I think that we're destined to see a course record here as long as the conditions permit, which they look good. So yeah, I think it's going to be straight from the front. Can't see it happening any other way, to be honest.
Yeah, on the note of conditions, Cam, we can see we can see live in the studio our stream that's coming through, and we'll go over to that shortly. Conditions-wise, I did have a chat with Chris Parr this morning. He was having a little jog around Battersea Park, and it was still. He said it was really, really nice, but they are expecting a storm in London today. We had a bit of it yesterday in the northeast, but they are expecting a storm, and they are expecting the winds to get up quite a little bit as well. So hopefully it just holds off and we can get this fixture out of the way and it doesn't affect the athletes too much today. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you. For someone like Kadar Omar, who's, you know, the performances he's had over 5K and 10K, and that Battersea Park fixture, he ran away with it from the front, hit it hard, sub 29 minutes. You've got to be looking and thinking, yeah, he's got to be going sub 14 minutes today.
Bare minimum, I would say. That's one my opinion. I mean, we obviously don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We don't know how his training's going. But I can't see him towing the line and coming down to London if he's not in good shape. And to be honest with you, we can see the screen ourselves. So at the minute, the race, you know, it's busy. But the flags aren't even blowing a single bit right now.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to be all right. You know, it's only 5K, 15 minutes of running maximum.
Yeah.
And I think we're about to get underway shortly, but I think it's going to be an exciting race. If it's anything to go by with Battersea 10K when he hit the front, and he slowed down a little bit in the final
he did.
1-2K, but I think that's kind of expected when you're going at that kind of pace. It was still a lightning fast time.
Yeah.
But I think that you know, today would be, if there's anything to go by, I think yes, sub 14 minutes is definitely on the cards.
Yeah, and on the ladies' side of things, Esme Davis, obviously coming off the back of that half marathon, that's, you know, it just shows that the strength is there. And I think when you drop down as an athlete, we don't know what training's gone on in between then. Maybe she's sharpening up for the 5 and 10Ks throughout the summer months as well. But you'd imagine the base is certainly there, running 71 minutes in Paris for the half marathon.
Yep.
The aerobic base, the strength is certainly there. So it's going to be interesting to see what she's been doing training-wise these past few weeks and how that translates to her running the 5K today.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, I think she's obviously coached by Vinnie McNewson, who's based in Leeds, training partner of Phil Sessman, as far as I'm aware. And, you know, he's in fantastic form, just signed with Nike as well, so congratulations to him. But yeah, if his form's anything to go by, the way that he's training and he's passing on that information and knowledge to Esme, I think that she's going to be in a great place here too. And I would expect a pretty dominant performance. I mean, we've already said like 71 minutes at Paris half marathon is an unbelievable time, and she's only getting better year on year and month on month. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she goes and seeing if she can crack that personal best and see if she can get close to that course record. You know, her personal best is just outside the course record, and you know, if she's PBing in every other event, who knows? Maybe it could be on the cards there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Cam, what I will say is the race is underway now. And I can't see Kadar Omar in the field, which is really disappointing. He was down to run, and we had high hopes for him racing today because, you know, he's a fantastic athlete, but it doesn't look as though he's actually in the field. So we'll bring you an update on our athletes that we've got at the front.
Right.
Actually,
He is on the right.
Oh, yes, he is on the right. Yeah, he's nestled into the pack there. So Kadar Omar is racing today. Cam, I'm surprised he sat back as far as he has in the race, actually, because, you know, judging off what he'd done at Battersea Park last time, he really went for it. But you can see him sort of moving his way through the field a bit now. So yeah, he looks to be trying to make a bit of an impression on the front there. So yeah, we can see Lee Grattan in there as well, the Scott Sport athlete. I was having a little look at his Instagram profile last night, Cam. He's about 14, 18, 5K runner. But we can see Kadar Omar to the front there. He's looking good, looking strong already, and it looks as though in second place he's joined by Elliot Smith Rasmussen there. He's the Newark AC athlete, Cam. He actually ran in the New Year's Eve event that me and you commentated on in Newcastle. He's a good athlete, 14-16 for 5k, and he's obviously got out there. He's hit it with a bit of intent, but Kadar Omar's thought, nah, mate, you're not having it at the front now. I'm taking over. So Kadar Omar on the front, leading from Elliot Smith Rasmussen in the lead male race. We will get our second camera up and running, and we will bring you some feed from the ladies race as well as that one unfolds. But yeah, Cam, they're off to a steady canter. Talk to me.
It looks to be as well. Yeah, it's exactly how we predicted. You know, Kadar Omar getting out nice and hard at the start. You know, you were just saying, excuse me, you were just saying that you were quite surprised to see that he'd sort of tucked in at the start. But I mean, I guess we're only about 400 metres in the race, and it's within about 50 metres they've got a tight turn and then another tight turn. So he's probably just got a little bit boxed in and sort of trying to take a steady run as economical as possible. But expect to see him sort of wind it up now and maybe potentially grow a bit of a gap very early on. But it just looks as well. It looks like Kieran Riley's just sat in there as well behind. Directly behind Kadar Omar. It looks to be in the Nike vest, the Prefontaine colours there of the Nike team. And I spoke to him a couple of days ago. He said he's in good shape, he's healthy, and that's the main thing. So I think Kieran's a big talent. He's had his fair share of injuries over the years. It's great to see him back running well. Great to see him back in great shape. Another Tonbridge AC athlete. I think he is training out in Scotland right now. But another Mark Hookway prodigy, another one of many, should I say. But yeah, it's good to see him back there and sort of trying to see if he can hang on to Kadar Omar as long as possible. But just from the front, it doesn't look like he's really going to slow down. It looks like his head front. He hasn't looked back once, Kadar. So I think he's here with intent today, and I think he's here to try and smash that course record.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam. I tell you what, Cam, you're dropping pearls of wisdom there, talking about kit, Nike Prefontaine kit, mate. I'm very impressed with that there. But yeah, Kadar Omar, he's the one on the front, and he's stalked. He's being stalked by Jack Miller. So Jack Miller is our Surrey Half Marathon. Second place, I think Miller was there. And I tell you what, Cam, Miller he's a good athlete. He's 14:05. He ran that at a podium earlier on in the year. He was second at the Surrey Half Marathon, clocked around about the 65-minute mark, got beat by Omar Ahmed there, but had a real good run out. And he's had some good performances this season as well. I'm sure he's clocked I want to say around about a 2:19 marathon or about a 2:20 marathon, something around that mark. So Jack Miller he's a strong athlete, and you know, he had that half marathon race a few weeks back, and he's obviously got the strength and endurance, and he's decided to go with Kadar Omar. And you know what, Cam, I like that. I like the fact that he's committed to this and he's got on the back of him and thought, right, you're not going to have it your own way here. I'm not going to push the pace. I'm just going to track you and let you know I'm there. And it's these little psychological battles, just getting on an athlete's shoulder. Someone like Kadar Omar's probably used to having it his own way, and he's got Miller breathing down his neck. And I tell you what, Cam, he's an imposing figure, is Jack Miller. He must be standing at about 6'4" tall, because he's absolutely towering over Kadar Omar there.
Hey, tall people problems. I mean, if people could see the view I've got of you right now, they'd be probably laughing just as much as I've been. But yeah, no, it's great to see him there and sort of tucking in behind him. Do you know what? You're absolutely right. It's not very often that we see the likes of Kadar and Omar Ahmed as well, when they're pushing it hard from the front. People tend to let them go, and I think he's done the right thing here, Jack Miller. If he's in good shape, even if he's not, have a go, jump on the back. I tell you what, I would like to see him tuck in a little bit more. I know he's a bit taller, but I'd like to see him tuck in behind Kadar and really take on that draft and make a race of it. Because as been pushed through the race, you could use with all the energy you need all the energy you can have at the end of the race.
Yeah, you can red line yourself, can't you, Cam? I think that's what you were getting at there. Onto the ladies' side of things, Cam. It's Hannah Viner on the front here. We've got the split through the first kilometre, 3:13 through the first kilometre there for Hannah Viner. Predicted finish time around the 16:09 mark. We've got Gabrielle Pinder in second place there, the youngster from Newmars Carriers. She's gone in around about the 3:18 split through the kilometre there. So it's Hannah Viner, the Highgate Harrier, personal best of 16:27. She's on for 16:09 at the moment, and she's, again, Cam, I always reiterate this point in these races. The fact that you've got athletes around you constantly on the ladies' side of things, it makes it really easy for them.
Oh,
So
indeed.
that,
And I
you
tell
know-
you what, there's actually another famous figure right in that group in the yellow vest, but I think that might be the one and only James Rhodes. I've seen a comment in the
Yes.
boxes, in our commentary box on YouTube, that someone said, go JJ, someone's put, go James Rhodes. James does a lot of good work and great work in the sport with his photography skills. He's a fantastic photographer. It's great to see him amongst that too, alongside Hannah. And like I say, you were just saying there, you know, it's absolutely perfect for her right now. She's got 3 guys around her. Will we see her push on the pace as we go through the field? We usually see that with our elite women. We always reiterate that when we're talking about them in the races. They do seem to get their pacing bang on, but these are elite athletes at the end of the day, and we wouldn't be surprised to see her move through the field and continue her streak.
Yeah, absolutely, Cam. I think mentioning names in this race there. Another late entry that came in that I got word of this morning. Someone that you know, Cam. Kanan Solomon.
Is that who that was? I knew. I was just thinking. Well, I can't, because we could see at the back. I was thinking, is that Kanan? But yeah, great to see him out here. Shout out to the man himself. He's got some great banter on Instagram. But yeah, it's great to see him back running, actually. What a phenomenal athlete he was back in the day as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
you know,
was.
it's a huge talent. And do you know what? It's nice to see him back. And often people retire from the sport and they kind of just step away from it completely. But he's decided to come back and enjoy himself. And, you know, love seeing his content online. If you haven't seen him online, get following him on Instagram. But just back to the men's race at the front now. It does look to me as if Kadar Omar has put the foot in now. He did hang around for a little bit, and I did see him sort of, it was kind of similar tactics to what I'd seen with Omar Ahmed before as well, his training partner. He sort of swung back. It looked like he was trying to see if Jack Miller would take on the pace a little bit and push it on, which he was a bit reluctant to do. And then he thought, you know what, I'm not hanging around, it's only 5k, I'm going for it. And he's put the boot in, he's made his move, and there's already a gap emerged with about 10 metres within the space of 30 seconds. So he looks to be away and gone. Jack Miller looks to be trying to hang on as much as possible. The gap isn't opening up too quickly, but if this pace continues, I'm not too sure if we'll see him fade a little bit more throughout the race.
Yeah, Cam, I know you were saying there that you thought he was maybe hanging about a little bit, but looking at their splits there, they're 2:44 kilometre pace, a predicted finish time of around about 13:42. So that would be a huge run for Jack Miller if he can hold this for this last 2 kilometres. But Kadar Omar's really flying at the front now. And again, Cam, this is where it starts to come down to this last 2 kilometres. How much does Kadar Omar want this? How much does he want that run-through record that's Ben Connors of 13:43? Because there's a decent payday on the line here. So if he can crack that, he's going to crack the course record. He's going to take maximum points today. So he's going to be walking away with over £1,000 if he can click that. If he can click that run-through record as well. But you can see Miller there, he's really digging in. He's working hard now, Cam. He's hurting. The legs are probably going to be starting to burn a little bit, getting flushed with a bit of lactic acid as they approach about a mile to go. On the ladies' side of things, it's Viner in absolute control here. 9:37 through 3k, averaging 3:12 per kilometre. That's going to bring her home around about the 16-minute mark. I always take these splits with a pinch of salt though, Cam, because I've been stung with this a few times. So let's just wait until official results do come across the line. But from what we're seeing in the studio, we've got 2 fantastic performances on the men's and women's side of things.
Oh, absolutely, indeed. I mean, look at the way Omar Ahmed, I'm getting muddled up with his training partner here, but it's Kadar Omar from the front, absolutely dominating right now. James, I tell you what, Jack Miller has done a fantastic job trying to hold on as long as possible. And to be honest with you, the gap hasn't opened up too much in the last 400 or 500 metres. It does seem to be stagnant a little bit. So it is good to see him still hanging in there. I don't know how much Kadar Omar's hanging on right now. I mean, I do remember watching him in Battersea Park, and he didn't look to be like he was slowing down too much. But in all honesty, I think the gap's actually starting to close just a little bit.
I was just going to say, who do you think looks better right now, Cam? Jack Miller or Kadar Omar?
It's always difficult to tell with Kadar. I think we had this problem in Battersea Park at the 10k, and he, with about a k to go, I think he was on for, I think it was sub 28 minutes, roundabout then. And he did slow down a lot, but his form does tend to hold, so he looks really smooth. but sometimes he's slowing down. But I can tell you now that gap is closing. Do I think it will be enough by the end of the race? We are only in a 5K race. We have about just over a K to go. I don't know if it's going to be quite enough to reel him in, but it's going to be close. He is closing the gap, but it is difficult from the front when you're on your own, when you're running at this pace, isn't it?
It is absolutely, Cam, and you're right there. The pace has dropped a little bit. Kadar Omar threw 4K in 11:11. Jack Miller threw in second place in 11:17. Tom Webb in third, 11:12. So predicting time now, it's drifted away from that 13:40 section. Kadar Omar's predicted to come in around just under 14 minutes. So if he can close well, we could be looking for something around about a 13:50 something. I think Connor's run-through record's safe here because, to be honest, to close that quick off that kind of pace anyway in 5K, you're going to have to be really, really going something. You're going to have to be closing at 2:30 something last K. And to be honest, I don't think that's going to happen. On the ladies' side of things, Vine is still looking strong, Cam. 9:37 through the 3K mark. Like we said, we'll get our 4K split coming up soon. Evie Warren in second place, Susie Monk in third, and Gabrielle Pinder, the under 15, the youngster, through in fourth place there. So a fantastic race unfolding in both the men's and women's side of things, but we can see Kadar Omar must be coming in with around about, what are you saying, Cam? 500 metres to go now?
Yeah, he looks to be that way, doesn't it? I think he's starting to come in, he's starting to reel himself in. I think he knows he's won the race. Does he know what time he's on? I don't really know, or I'm not really sure if he is aware of the time he's at. He has just looked at his watch there. But I think it's all about the win here for him today now. I think he's just trying to hang on as long as possible. Jack Miller's, he's gone, he's done. But he is looking back, so that does suggest he's hurting. The gap hasn't opened up any more than it has, but that early burst he put in was just a little bit too much. But I tell you what, moving back on against just what you were talking about with Hannah Viner, just looking at her 3,000 metre PB, 9:25, just outside of her 3,000 metre personal best, as a split, shows the type of form that she's in. So I tell you what, she's going to hopefully come home and close to her personal best. I know it's her first race of 2026, which is pretty exciting for her. So it looks like it's going to be a big year for her. But we're just coming into the finish now, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Kadar Omar. Cam, he's ran away with this one, hasn't he, really? He's nestled in early doors, but he's put the boot in, established that gap, and there was no getting back for Miller there. A valiant effort from Miller. He got there, he got involved, but Kadar Omar has romped away with this one. Another victory for Omar. 25 points on the board. This man's going to take some stopping in the 2026 series of the top flight races. So Cam, that is Kadar Omar across the line, and that is Jack Miller over in second place there. We'll bring the official results on the men's side of things, but it's all eyes on the ladies now because Hannah Viner, Cam, she's flying along, isn't she?
She is indeed. I tell you what, she's got some company around her too, which is even better. And I tell you what, she has dominated. There's not been a single other female in sight throughout the whole of the race. She's ran her own race. She's not been concerned of anyone else behind her. She's had her head forward, locked in on looks like James Rhodes in front of her. And she's really utilising that. And I tell you what, that is elite running at its finest.
Yeah, Cam through 4K there, 13:09 for Viner, so she's averaging 3:17 pace again, predicted to come in around about that 16:20 mark. Evie Warren in second place, Lisa Bailey in third, Pinder holding on in fourth at the moment, and we've got Lucy Morrison in fifth. We've got DeSantos Santos in sixth place, so she will pick up some points, which will impact the leaderboard on the ladies' side of things. But on the men's side of things, it's going to be Kadar Omar that's walked away with them 25 points and really asserted himself at the top of that leaderboard now. Cam, I've got the results. The top three men, Kadar Omar, 14:10 across the line. Jack Miller, 14:15. Tom Webb in third place, 14:23. Lee Grattan, 14:40. Nicholas Ollie in fifth in 14:41. So some solid runs there. Cam, probably not as quick as we anticipated around about the 3K mark. They did fall away from that pace a little bit as well. 14:10 for Kadar Omar. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good, but I maybe would have expected a bit more from him.
Yeah, and I mean, based on what we've seen with the 10K at Battersea Park, but again, we also don't know what people's been doing in training, what's going on behind the scenes. We also maybe he just didn't feel as great as what he normally does.
Yeah.
I almost think that he was a little bit hesitant halfway through the race. He had Jack Miller on his back. He kind of hung back for a little bit, but yeah, just back to the females, because we have got Hannah Viner coming in along the home straight, and it's only about 20 minutes to go.
She's looking good, Cam. She's looking really relaxed, really strong. She fires down this home straight here. Hannah Vine is going to take 25 points on the ladies' side of things. And Cam, I tell you what it is. It's going to be impact on the leaderboard on the ladies' side because it opens it right up. There's going to be 4 of them sat on 25 points now. A fantastic run from Viner across the line there. Official time 16:33 for Viner. So Cam, that's a really good Saturday morning's work there for Viner. We'll bring you an update on the ladies' results. We've got our second lady coming across the line there. And as soon as that filters through, I think it might have been Evie Warren from what I can remember at the 4K split, unless things have changed a little bit since then. But Cam, what I will say is, you know, going back to what I was talking about with Kadar Omar, actually maybe I'm being a little bit harsh on him there. Maybe I'm falling into this trap of just looking at things from a time perspective, because at the end of the day, he turned up and he won the race, and that is the primary goal for someone who's wanting to get points on the board. So actually, you know what, Kadar, I take that back, mate. I was maybe being a little bit harsh. On the ladies' side of things, we've got Evie Warren through in second place, 16:49. Lisa Bailey in third place, 16:58. So Cam, some strong runs there. On the ladies' side of things, we've got Hannah Dos Santos through in fourth place, 17:07. So there is going to be some shifting around on that leaderboard there, Cam. Yeah, I tell you what, I thoroughly enjoyed that fixture. You know what I will say, Cam? It breezed by. It went really, really quick.
It went quick, but it was also 5K. And I think when you've been commentating on a half marathon last month, I think that's probably what it is. It feels more like a sprint, doesn't it? But I think, yeah, Hannah Viner, what a performance there. I mean, I do apologise for that. You had to take over at the end. I had a little bit of difficulty. But I mean, it was a phenomenal performance. I think she was just outside of her personal best as well. 16:27 is her personal best. She was 16:29 on the clock we had.
Yes, yeah.
Just outside, is so close. But I tell you what, that is her first race of 2026. That was phenomenal running for her first race of 2026. She is going to go well under that. If she stays healthy, I could expect her to go well under that personal best this year. And we all know what it's like. You know, this is almost a rust buster for her right now.
I know, exactly. And we spoke about the conditions, and I think the wind has got up a little bit, Cam, and you can actually see the dark clouds over the stream. So luckily these athletes have got that race in before the weather conditions have really turned on them. So from me and Mr. Boyack in the studio, we are going to wrap things up now. If you have enjoyed this content, then please do give the stream a like, give it a share, subscribe to the Top Flight and RunThrough YouTube channel. Also jump on the socials as well, the RunThrough and Top Flight Instagram pages. Give them a like, give them a follow, give them a share. All of the content that gets pushed and liked is great stuff for Top Flight and RunThrough. Cam, in terms of the day, yeah, there's been some, you know, real strong performances. Me and you are going to be back in the studio for the next stage, which is stage 5, and it's going to be the Cheshire 10K, a new fixture in the Top Flight series, and that'll be going off in May. So stay tuned for more information on that. But from me and Cam in the studio, enjoy your Easter weekend.